Hello, everybody. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Had a nice Easter. Ready to go again. As expected, the dollar is beginning to lose its bid. Cable's leading the way. Here's a quick look of what I'm seeing this morning. So, Euro did hold this area. We're talking about at least a recovery towards 12.20. Cable's leading it, outperforming. Euro on the upside, and also we talked about this last week in the yen. I had this breakdown line. I thought it could tag. The yen did tag it up here. I think Goldie was looking for a push over 113.50 and then a decline. So a weakening dollar and yen back up at resistance levels, tagging the line. Who's in the house today? Hi, Ziggy. How are you, buddy? Adinda, Dion. Cadix in there. Parkmore, how are you, my friend? Sinatra. What's up, guys? Jax, hi. Midas, how are you, brother? So let's have a great week. Capped off by the NFP on Friday. So that's my view. I was looking for the dollar to come off. Hey, Dion. Looks like it's beginning to happen. So I see a couple of scenarios here. At the minimum, I think we correct this recent bounce from 94.5. At the maximum, this is just a failing rally before we get a big break down towards 92. So it looks to me like the dollar is beginning to roll over. I think this 96.50 is important. This is a June contract. And believe there might be one more squeak for a new high in the S&Ps in the next couple of days, maybe even on April Fool's Day on the NFP. I think that's in a topping mode as well. So there's your Dixie. Any thoughts? Hi, Peg, how are you? So of course, we want to, have positions pared down by Friday morning, break-even stops, profit stops, reduced exposure into the NFP. Euro pound acting heavy still. Never got to that. Maybe it's a buy down here. But anyway, I think the big feature is maybe this Canadian rally's over. Euro finally coming out of the hole. Just protect yourself. When I was saying buy it here with stops under 11.20, looks pretty good here. It's a new feature on this FX Pro. I think they're saying now they're looking for a target down here. We'll see. Good morning, Abel. How are you? What's up, Abel? Everyone doing okay? Have a good weekend. How was everyone's Easter? Has Europe gone through a time change? Down to 112.40? The RSI picture isn't that bearish on the yen yet. We're actually getting some confirmed highs here. Maybe you just have to let it do some work and wait to have an RSI reading in the yen under 70 while it's making a new high. So, maybe we even get a run at 114. If the top is in, it is, but this makes me hesitant about the top being in, Dion. Do you see this? Okay. You see this, Dion? This high was confirmed on the 1 hour. It's not my cup of tea to short a market that's getting confirmation that when a high is being confirmed. I'd rather see it now probe the highs, and the RSI next time I believe will stay under 70. So you may want to stalk it. I don't think it's ready yet. Give me a Y if you get it, everybody. Confirmed high in the N here. We could get another. Next one may not be confirmed. Okay. Yes, we do. Because I'm not saying it never happens, but markets, the probability of markets peaking when price and momentum are confirming is not the highest probability trade. Although it can occur, I've seen it occur. The euro's a perfect example. So one of the reasons why I was staying friendly the euro, which is now starting to work, was back here. This was the Fed. We had a confirmed high, right? So if I was waiting for a confirmed high and buying breaks, you know, it didn't work until we had some divergence down here last week. But this reading right here kept me from being short all through this. So it can work for a while. You're welcome, Dion. So our guest today is Lukman Otunuga. He won Best Sell Side Analysis on FX Street for 2015. He will be our guest today. How have you been lately, Simon? Khalid, where are you looking to reshort the Dow? If you are looking to. S&Ps are up 3. That was a good cover on your Dow short from Thursday. Everyone doing all right? Beautiful place. Did you go to Slide Rock? Slide Rock, Peg? Did you slide down the little rocky river? I love Sedona. Hello, Fame. How are you? When I lived in Phoenix, I went there all the time. It is a place of beauty. You did? You slid down Slide Rock. Take a ride up to Flagstaff, driving up the switchbacks. Oh, the kids. It must have been cold, the water. Anyway, I'm glad I got to do that in my life. Yeah. Who else has been to Sedona in here? If not, you have to check out those red rocks. It's otherworldly, the red rocks, like Mars. Yeah. How are you, Fame? Midas, what are you stalking? Jax? Yeah. Everyone doing all right? You want to short the CAD for a move to 28? Is that what you're looking for, 28? Hello, Goldie. How are you, buddy? There's Decadic's look at the, what is it? Euro pound. Okay. Nice. List divergence. Good eye, Decadic. So, Khalid short, Euro pound, pointing out two divergences here. One, actually here, here, and here. Thank you, Decadic. Okay. You're still pretty bearish crude, and you should be looking for a place to buy Canada, right? If crude rallies again. Everyone thank DK for his Euro pound look. Thank you, DK. You sick gambler, you. Okay. Maybe there's another run in crude. Okay. A lot of people taking a long weekend. Any ideas or screen shares that people want to share? You guys don't expect me to talk for 2 hours straight, do you? Let's collaborate. Don't isolate, collaborate. Goldie, how are you, bro? Are you back home or still in Santa Barbara? So your Nostra Pinkert in the yen is manifesting. You said we'd go above 113. I think there's going to be another push up here towards 1375, 114 maybe. I know that was your call from Santa Barbara last week. So you haven't done anything yet on the short side of US dollar yen, have you, Goldie? I know that you were looking for this week, a potential shorting opportunity in US dollar yen. Is my memory serving me well? And it came right off the breakdown. Shows up better on the 4. Came right off this line from the breakdown, the back test line right there. Hiya, Luca. How are you, buddy? What's up, Luca? Good, buddy. Need to recharge your battery. I need a new battery. Mine's not taking a charge. Mine's not recharging well. Yes, he is risen. Thank you, Luca. I did. Back at you. I know you're typing something, Goldie. FX videos here. I can't remember. I don't even want to think about how long it's been. You think I need one? I probably need a month. Thought so, Goldie. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, even the 4-hour confirmed the high up here. I figured you'd have a toe in the water. You know, could stretch. Yeah. Short dollar bias. I agree with you, Luca. And then we could throw our charts away Friday morning for a while. Throw your charts away for a little while on the NFP Friday. Okay. Midas does a lot with supply demand. Thank you, Midas. There's some confluence. Up at this 3280 level. Everyone thank Midas for his confluence look at USD CAD. Thank you, buddy. Different time frames. Nice view, Midas. Everyone thank Midas 007. Okay, 30-minute, 4-hour, and daily. Midas. 50% retrace in Dixie. I like this look, Luca. I was actually showing this before you got here. So at the minimum, we should at least correct this bounce. At least correct this bounce. And at the maximum, this is going to be something like this from here. Take you down sharply. Nice look, Luca. Everyone thank Luca for his dollar look. Nice reversal today. Thank you, Luca. I concur with your bias. Hi, Rick. Hello, Sinatra. How are you, Ricky? Ball guy, how are you? Oh, yeah. I forgot she's talking tomorrow. How are you, Terry? How are my trading warrior brothers, Sinatra and Ricardo and Val guy today? Hope you guys all had a nice Easter. We are rising. He is risen. No, you deserve it. Why don't you think you deserve it? Time to listen to some Robert Proctor. You deserve good things to happen. A lot of us don't think we do. Okay, Rick got long and tweeted it on the guppy. Looking for 220. Almost there. Thank you, Rick. And then maybe, yeah, nice. Came out of that triangle. Target 1, target 2. Maybe even you get this. You get this from here. We'll take it up there. Thank you, Rick. Everyone thank Ricardo Picasso for his guppy view. Well, some decent ideas flowing through the community today. Long Aussie. Yeah, with the dollar coming off, you would think there'd be something there. How's the Euro Aussie acting? Euro Aussie still sideways. Thank you, Luca. Euro extending its advance. Pound extending. Yen hanging tough. Remember, Forex harmonic says we're going to 146 in the pound, 146. Don't forget that. So this dollar sell-off could be fairly dramatic for the pound to be able to get to the harmonic target of 146. Sarah pointed that out down here. We said do not be short the pound, do not be short the euro. So I don't think any Larians are getting caught on the long side of the dollar today. So last week it was a bias. Today it's manifesting. First the bias, the divergences, then the manifestation of all the technical things coming together for this outcome. That's called preparation and not being surprised about a change in direction in the FX market. Give me an amen on that. It's called preparation. Reading market tells. Preparing for a move and a shift. Executing. Manifesting. I know I certainly was not telling anyone to short the euro after this. I thought we might see 1140, but I sure wasn't guiding people to the short side of euro. Yeah, a good one, Midas. $78. Okay. So here's Lucas's look. Was it 78? Okay, nice. I want to thank Luca for his bullish view for Aussie. That could take us back to 78. Thank you, Luca. Who thinks Luca is a great addition to our community? How long have you been with us now, Luca? A few weeks? Give me a why if you think Luca is a great addition to LAR. Here's my why. How long have you been with us? Wow. So you made an impression quickly. Glad you found us. Hope you feel the same way. Should I make Jax cry? You ain't nothing but a drunk. and a margin call. You ain't nothing but a drawdown and a margin call. But I ain't scared 'cause I still believe the call. Never said I was perfect, that would be a lie. I never said I was perfect, 'cause that would be a lie. But I'm alright and wrong, and I can look you in the eye. Watch me fly. You ain't nothing but drawdown and a margin call. You ain't nothing but drawdown and a margin call. But I ain't scared 'cause I still believe the call. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Everyone, welcome Rifat to our community. Rifat, nice to meet you. Welcome to LAR. How about a LAR welcome for Rifat? I know, man. How'd you hear about us, buddy? Cry me a river, Jax. That's all I could say. Cry me a river. What are those footprints, Abel? What is that little thing there, Abel? They look like a footprint of a bird. Hello, Sloppy. Nice to meet you. Everyone welcome Sloppy. Halloween Easter Hoppy. Welcome, buddy. Welcome to LAR. New handles. Feel free to share your work. Okay. Feel free to share your work through screenshots. That's what we do in here. That's how we share our ideas together. Tears of a clown, baby. Tears of a clown. Welcome, Sloppy. So anyone want to tell Rifat and Sloppy how to get the most out of being here? Any advice? Any advice from veteran Lyrians here on how new handles, new people can get the most out of our community? Sound like Elvis a little bit? What a great testimonial. You see that, Mauricio? Adinda, take that, copy that testimonial. You're buying tissue? Okay. So dollar under pressure. Thank you, Luca. Copy that. Send it to, save it.
So, Janet Yellen, I am looking forward to testifying before the Congress this week, where I could talk to them about the Federal Reserve's views on the economic situation and the labor market, and some of our second thoughts about the data not being much here than it should be before we even think about raising rates. And all of my associates, Fed governors, are talking a lot. They're out there making many speeches all the time. I hope that when we get the NFP this Friday, that it gives us much good data about hourly income. And then maybe we'll talk about moving in April but really do it in June unless we decide not to. That's what I plan on telling the Congress. I'll be telling the Congress that when I talk to them, but Dale Pinkard invited me here into your community so that you guys could do some front running in front of my speech. Okay, everyone, I have to go now. Thank you for your attention. And remember, I'm going to do my best to be the best Fed chairman ever in the history of the United States.
Janet leaving the house. Janet just left the Janet just left the house. Bye, Janet. Thank you so much for dropping into my bedroom. Jax likes it, huh? Jack, you like that? Relax, man. Try some try some decaf, buddy. Kool-Aid. Not Reverend Jim Jones Kool-Aid, I hope. So the dollar's getting crushed. Congratulations, Lar, on forecasting this move, being prepared for it from last week. Nice work, Larians. Nice call, Forex Stop Hunter. Everyone thank Forex Stop Hunter for his bias of telling people not to be pressing the long side of the dollar last week. We'll be looking for buying opportunities in euro and cable, shorting opportunities in US dollar yen up around the line that it tagged. So right now, if you're a euro bear, what you're thinking here is that we rally back and correct this recent decline. Comes in around 12:30. I'm going to take a 5-minute break because I can't top what I talked about for people to do last week was to be long euro and cable. And Cyric was a proponent of a move to 146. So from here, we're almost halfway there. 146 coming in the pound before a big pound crash. So when Cyric gets in the house, congratulate him on his bullish view of pound dollar. So Cyric nailed the pound dollar last week, said do not be short this tricky bastard at the lows like most were looking to do right here. So now I think we're going to go towards this 46 level. May not be a straight line, but that's where I think we're going. So I'm going to take a quick 5, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your shares, your charts. Hope you enjoyed our first guest, having Janet Yellen drop by. In the next segment, we're going to be talking to Lukman Otunuga. He was the winner of Best Sell Side Analysis on FX Street for 2015. And I'll be back in 5. Okay. Everyone doing all right? Thank you, Abel. What's up? Everyone doing okay? Everyone welcome V Trader 63 to LAR. Welcome V. Welcome V Trader. Everyone doing all right? Nice to meet you. How do you hear about LAR? Nice to meet you. Welcome to our community. So what we do in here, V, is we share screenshots. If you have any screenshot software, you could scroll back to see some examples. We have a nice mastermind group of some very good traders, technicians, some good tactical advice coming from the community as well. So feel free to share. We're all big boys, captains of our own ship. No one blames anybody. If a scenario doesn't play out, we're all adults in here. So it's a safe environment to share your work if you feel so inclined to do so. Feel free. Any other views? Stick around for an award winner. Best sell side analysis. Lukman Otunuga will be with us in about 20 minutes. Everyone doing okay? Okay, buddy. CAD's coming off for Midas. Nice trading, Midas. Yen's coming off a bit. I think this will be a big trade this week too. I think we're going to take out these lows here in the end. Go to 109, 105. Actually, I think 105 is a natural for the end. That's where your weekly 200 week moving average comes in around 105 in the end. That's where I think we're going if we have risk off. Everyone doing okay? Yeah. Okay, I got a tweet, and this is actually a view I agree with. Yeah, I agree with this guy. I think, we might try 2060, maybe 2070 into the NFP, one more high. But here's the monthly look that I really like. Here you go. I saved it. This is what I think is going to happen. So this is a monthly chart. This was February. This is March. So I'm looking for a reversal maybe into early April. And then I think 1575, 38% back of the whole move is not an unreasonable target. I know the bulls are looking for 2200. I think if they keep it under 2070, 2080, we could still fail again and at least get a retest here. And then a measured move from here to here is 1500. That's my view. This was done by FX Impera. That's my bias for the stock market. Into the end of the year, I think the first leg of the decline starts from April into the conventions here. The conventions are in July and August. And then perhaps we get a hope rally into the election. But that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Well, it's only 38% back, but 1550, people will panic, but you mean there's too many shorts, retailers, too short? Wow. Well, then we will go to 2070, 2080. Everyone doing all right? You could be right, Minus. Could go to 2250. I know a lot of people looking for it. Peter Goodburn, 2235. I could be wrong again. You know, that's not exactly what other sentiment readings are saying. Investors' intelligence, big swing to bullishness. So go with the chart. Everyone doing all right? Okay. Everyone doing all right? Pretty quiet session in LAR anyway. Midas, how do you come up with 2250? I don't know why everyone thinks a weak dollar is going to be bullish for the market. And it's really been a strong dollar. The strong dollar has supported the market, I thought. Now everyone's saying that their correlation is going to switch back because it's going to support commodities, a weak dollar. I don't know. It is a little bit of a confusing correlation time period we're in. Is that a good number? Excuse me. Stand by for our interview with Lukman. Okay, thank you, Midas. I believe Luke is in the house.
Hello.
Hi, Luca. How are you? Very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Mr. Dill.
All right. Well, congratulations on your award at FX Street. I don't see the trophy on your desk, but you won it for best sell-side analysis, buddy. Congratulations to you.
Like, thank you so much. It was so amazing because I didn't expect, FX. I didn't expect. It was just wow. It made me want to drive. Yeah, it just made me want to.
Wow, you're a humble guy. I once said it's with great pride I'd like to announce how humble I've become. But you're a very humble guy, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your analysis? In fact, why don't we get in a time machine with me, Lukman, okay? You still look like a pretty young guy.
In heart.
No gray hair. Tell us about how your trading journey began, how you got involved in the industry, what that journey was like for you.
It all started back in 2006, 2007, when I was still in my freshman years in university. I didn't know anything about Forex then, but I had a housemate. We both studied the same subject, economics, but he didn't go to his lectures, nor go to any tests, but he was always happy. And he was always making money somehow, and I was asking, how do you do this? Then he brought me to his room, and he showed me a chart. I don't even remember the broker, and right in front of me, he made so much money in such a short period of time, and that really got my world spinning. And from that day on, I had to research everything about FX. What is foreign exchange? How can I get into foreign exchange? The technicals, the fundamentals, and moving on. This is where I am right now. So I self-taught myself how to do technical analysis, but I didn't know anything about the fundamentals, and I learned the hard way that they're both the same sides of the same coin. You need technicals and fundamentals to go hand in hand. So I wanted to be in a position where I can learn from professionals. That's how I ended up in a broker, research analyst.
Okay, although being self-taught, and I share that with you, I had influences. There were other technicians whose stuff I read and started to observe how powerful some of the things were that they were using. Did you have any major influences technically?
Oh, yeah, there was one, Steve Lovey. There was one major one I had. He was a technician, I think, Steve Lovey. This guy has been a technical analyst for like 20, 30 years, candlestick formations.
Oh, Steve Nissan.
Oh, Steve Neeson. Apologies. Steve Neeson.
Okay, so you gravitated towards candlestick trading through Nissan.
Candlestick analysis, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and now you've learned that you have to marry the fundamentals with the technicals. Does that does that happen, and does that, now that you say it's 50-50, you give them both 50-50 weight? For example, we have the NFP on Friday. Do you take positions in front of a red number like the NFP?
So that's a very interesting question. Even though I understand fundamentals are important, I'm more of a person who likes to wait until after the release, because I've understood with NFP, no matter what the result is, the market is going to move in that direction for a week and a half. So rather than trying to catch a falling life or play guessworks, you can wait for the release. Then if it's a strong figure, we know that it's going to be dollar strength. So if dollar strength takes center stage for the week, I'll go in positions which I know the dollar will strengthen.
Yeah, so prudence over valor, right? Prudence over valor. You know, Lukman, when people tell me, oh, I was long before the NFP and the euro went up 150 pips, you know what I say to them? Good guess. So tell us a little bit about your sell-side analysis and where you provide it, and how often you provide it on FX Street and where people could find it, etc.
Yeah, so with the sell-side analysis, we try to provide it at least twice a day, but we want to write reports on big moves rather than writing reports for the sake of writing reports. So if there's nothing happening in the afternoon, but there's something big in the morning, we'll probably see our analysis. So at minimum, we'll have our analysis 5 times a week. It's on the FX Street section.
Okay.
I try to share my screen.
And what session do you mainly trade, and geographically, where do you trade from?
So I'm living in Cyprus now. I'm in the beautiful land of Cyprus. So we're 2 hours ahead from the UK. So
Okay.
I like to catch the London session breakout.
Okay. Has Cyprus recovered fully from the bail-in a few years ago? What's life like? What's life like there in Cyprus, Lukman?
Life is very, very beautiful in Cyprus. I must say, it's relaxed. The people are very friendly. The weather's amazing. The food is top quality. It's almost like a paradise.
Okay, well, God, then you're living the dream, right? Where did you move from? Where did you move from before you came to Cyprus?
I moved from the United Kingdom, central London, actually. Yeah. So this is completely different from the UK. In the UK, things would be fast, hustle and bustle. Quite the opposite here.
How are housing expenses there in Cyprus? You could tell I'm doing an interview for myself now.
Well, honestly, I think it's very, very good value. You know, it's the cost of living is not that much. You know, when you
why don't we switch gears again? You know, a lot of people feel like they have to know what's going on in every pair, and I bring up the example, Lukman, that when I was on the floor of the CME, that I knew guys that stayed in one trading pit for 20 years, their whole career, and they knew one market like the back of their hand. You know, they may have been in cattle and never traded a gold contract or an S&P contract. When I know you're an educator as well, so what do you advise people to do as far as concentrating on how many pairs so that they can learn to master a few instead of being a jack of all trades?
Yeah, that is a very good point you've put on, and from my experience, you know, when you're playing with the foreign exchange markets, it's so easy to look at the euro dollar, the pound yen, the pound Aussie. You know, there are hundreds of pairs, but if you're new to the markets, I feel the best thing you can do is just look at the power fours, look at the euro dollar, the pound US dollar, Australian dollar, dollar yen, because in the end, believe it or not, they're all correlated. So play with the power fours when you're a little bit more comfortable, when you understand the fundamentals of the other pairs, like if you understand what's happening in the United Kingdom or the fundamentals behind the Fed's behavior, then you could focus on the pound US dollar.
Are you an early indicator of a Brexit? You left the UK. Is the UK going to leave the EU now that Lukman Otunuga has moved to Cyprus? Is that an early market tell indication?
You know the Brexit, the Brexit debate is quite delicate and fragile. You know, it's a 50-50, and ultimately, no matter what anybody says, I don't think anybody's gonna know what the result is because it's evenly split. I mean, from what I've seen in the city, a lot of city people are saying it will not make any sense for the UK to leave the Brexit simply because of EU trade. We're quite intertwined, and us leaving the EU would create so much uncertainties that had we stayed in the EU, things would have been okay. It's a very, very delicate topic, and you have to be careful what you say and how you say it. We've seen what's happened on TV already.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's delicate because you could talk about all the economic arrangements, but what Trump said, and that's not a play on words but about Donald Trump, but what Trump said is what's happened in Paris and happened in Belgium, and the fear of terrorist attacks and not controlling borders in Europe. Has there been any spillover in Cyprus with what happened in Belgium? Have you noticed any type of security being upgraded there?
No, and the reason why, from what I've seen, I don't think anything may happen in Cyprus simply because of what it is and where it's situated. You know, in Cyprus, migrants won't want to come to Cyprus because it doesn't lead to the route of coming to Europe. If you see where I'm coming from, Cyprus is quite a strategically placed land where you have no benefits coming here if you're an immigrant or if you want to do any attacks. It makes no sense.
So no immigrants, although they're migrating from the Middle East to the Greek Isles and Cyprus being near Greek, you're not seeing any inflow of immigrants into Cyprus.
The only one time I remember such happening was almost 3.5-4 months ago when at least 115 came to Cyprus, but they came on an accident. They were trying to they didn't want to come to Cyprus.
Okay. So let me ask you this for a little bit, back to the markets. Do you consider yourself a position, swing, or day trader?
I think I'm
all of the above.
I think I'm more of a position trader. You know, I look at the monthly, weekly dailies. A saying I said myself is the daily rarely lies. Anything you see in a daily time frame is more or less the truth. You know, there's not that much noise. So if you see a strong bearish trend on the daily time frame, that trend is probably the real deal. So I trade on a daily when I can. You know. Okay.
Well, then, since you use the telescope, I'm going to put you on the spot, Lukman, and ask you for Nostra Otunuga. Okay, of Nostradamus and Lukman Otunuga. When you look at your monthlies, your weeklies, and your dailies in the Euro USD, moving sideways in this range from 104 to basically 114, 115. What's your bias, and do you think we're going to either come out of the upside of the range and be looking at a 120 plus handle in the euro, or are we going to finally take out the 104 low and see parity, or could both happen and just one before the other?
Can I share my screen?
Excuse me?
May I share my screen?
Oh, sure. You go to the upper left-hand corner. You'll see a green box with an arrow.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay. Beautiful.
Yes.
A picture speaks 1,000 words. So we're looking at to me, looks like a symmetrical triangle.
You got it, you know, and I can see potentially higher highs and higher lows being created on the euro-dollar daily time frame. And what my bias is, if we can secure a strong daily close above the 1.12 level, this will actually potentially create a new lower high. So a new higher low, and with this new higher low being in place, I think we may have a breakout above 1.134. So I'm actually bullish on the euro dollar right now, and I think once we get a breakout above 1.134, the sky's the limit. The parity dream is in the past.
Right. So you're looking at pretty much a 1,300 pip formation, and say, for example, we get the breakout of the triangle, looks like 112.5 or so. Breaking that blue line above that green line and closing above it. It looks like that would measure about 126.
You got it.
Is that viable when you go to your weekly or monthly?
So
Okay, now we're on your weekly.
So yeah, once we have that breakout above that, the next important level above 1.13, if possible, is 1.17.
Right. 114. Yeah, and then you have that return line. If it would get back in the broken bullish channel, that would be a real powerful signal for you, wouldn't it? Because we've been trading outside of it
For
since
quite a
we
while.
broke down. We had that one back test at 114 and came off. If we get back inside that channel, maybe we could go the return line above it, and that would take us up there, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? Okay. Any
but it
other
all
pairs
depends on
that?
Friday. Yeah. I mean, we've got NFP this Friday, so
Yeah.
one thing I've learned with NFP, the truth about NFP is NFP actually has the potential to destroy the fundamentals, either you like it or not. You can have the best
Yeah.
technical setup. If the NFP says no, the NFP
Yeah.
says no.
Yeah, basically you could throw your charts away for at least an hour on Friday, right?
You've got it. You've got it.
Um,
Another.
any, go ahead.
Yeah, the dollar index I find quite interesting is because it's all this ruckus about interest rate hikes and interest rate rises in April, in June and July, and I feel investors have been left bewildered because if you looked at the previous meeting the Fed had, they said that the possibility of 2 interest rate rises was on the table, but
Right.
lately, if you looked at what Fed members have been saying, they've been saying that there's a possibility of an April US rate rise. I don't think this is possible, although
How
data
about
from
June? How about June?
there's a 50% possibility in June. June is another picture. That's a month, April, May, June.
Right.
That's 2.5, 3 months away. But April, I feel that's a bit too close. So what I feel is, I feel this inflated expectations over the possibility of an April rate hike may wear off and the dollar should be left vulnerable. And the dollar
Yeah.
should be left vulnerable. This should
Looks like a failing rally to me. Janet Yellen stopped in our community early this morning because she's going to be testifying in front of Congress, and she said,
I hope that the NFP will give it some direction so that the Fed is much here so that we could talk about maybe raising rates in April and possibly do it in June in case we don't. But in June, if we don't want to, we don't have to, and we'll let you know.
that's my Janet Yellen imitation. So,
you sound perfectly like her.
So, all right. So it looks like the dollar, the euro, a lot of things are lining up for the dollar to be under pressure or at least be softer for a while. Am I encapsulating your viewpoint?
Yeah.
Okay, so how about U.S. dollar yen? Do you think we could end up with a risk-off move with the dollar weakening, or is it going to be supportive of risk assets because the weaker dollar will boost commodity prices? What's your take on that?
See, that's a very nice question as well. But I feel that with the dollar yen, dollar weakness should take center stage, and the risk off trading environment, risk aversion, which should boost our appetite for the yen should actually send the dollar yen lower. So I'm actually bearish in the dollar yen. And like a bigger picture, there's so much going on globally. There's so much going on globally. We've still got the lingering China woes in the background. We've still got eurozone growth not looking too good. We've still got geopolitical tensions. Even though gold has been slightly bearish, I still feel the risk aversion that's still lingering around the global markets, plus potential dollar weakness, should be the right ingredients to send the dollar yen back to 112 and potentially lower.
Well, what a great interview, Lukman. It's a pleasure meeting you, and now I understand how you won Best Sell Side Analysis, because I really like tacticians that look at longer term charts, and especially since you work for a broker, right? You're employed by FXTM, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and you would think that a broker, FXTM, would want you focusing on 15-minute, 30-minute charts to generate trading volume, and you're out there providing the big picture to people because I don't know about you, I've turned into a believer that less is more, and that the
Of course.
hardest thing in this business is the waiting, and the waiting for the setups. And like Tom Petty says, the waiting is the hardest part. And really a great interview, and congratulations to you. And I hope that you continue to go upward and onward, and pips rain down on you and your pupils that you teach, and much prosperity to you throughout the rest of the year, buddy.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure. You know, I hope to do this again. It was so fun. It's always great dissecting the markets, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the pros and cons. You know, it'll be interesting what Friday has to offer.
You ever come in and watch other interviews that I do with?
Yeah. When I can.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really.
So you're aware of my efforts and my mission to build up and edify traders every day.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know what? You've added to that today with your appearance today, and I'm proud to call you my trading warrior brother, now living in paradise and living the dream. Congratulations to you again, Lukman. Nice meeting you, partner.
Thank you very much.
Good hunting.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. Everyone thank Lukman Otunuga. You could follow him. His Twitter handle is @LUKMAN_FXTM. And follow his tweets. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to get your Twitter handle and follow you today so I can keep in touch with what you're doing, buddy. Okay?
Great stuff. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. You're very welcome. You could just check out a Hangout anytime and go back to your yearly charts.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Okay.
See you, buddy.
I'll see you.
Take care.
Bye.
Everyone thank Lukman. So Lukman, you may want to check out his analysis, and he's kind of on the same page as we are. Some dollar softness, some bearishness in the end. Euro having a chance to surprise to the upside, and another great interview in Lar, in my opinion. In my extremely accurate and humble opinion, if you enjoyed that interview, give me a Y. There's mine. There's my Y. So Euro extending this, no one's surprised. 112.20. I guess a lot of people are going to be, the bears are going to be saying this is just a bounce before another decline. So they're going to probably be looking at fib retracements off the high that we had after the Fed from here to the 1150 or so range down here, this low. And halfway back is 1240, 61.8 back is 1264. So that's what the bears are going to be looking for. Give me a Y if you see it. I'm looking for that 115 looks like a magnet to me off the daily. Okay, so I have a couple of lines. The back test line, I think even Lukman showed it. That was his channel. And this stuff comes in up around 115. I've been talking 115 for about 2 or 3 weeks. That it's a magnet, and I think it's going to manifest. And also take Lukman's advice to heart about the NFP. Pound looks heavier now. I also think that the pound's not acting as great on the daily. Yeah, good observation by Sinatra. Well, that's how the euro pound gets back to new highs. So we're getting a continuation candle, green candle, a big up, a nice positive candle in euro, and a little bit of a red candle in pound. Great observation, Sinatra. And that's how euro pound probably gets to 80, 80 and a half with that observation that you're making now. So you've really developed a great eye, Sinatra. I'm proud of watching your progress. Because now I may not be paying attention to something and you point it out, and it helps me too, as it helps the whole community. Everyone thanks Sinatra for his observation that the pound is losing momentum compared to the euro on this last 1 hour candle. Here's my thank you, Sinatra. Yes, you could just call me Coach Pinkert. Yeah, Luca, I still think it should happen. I'm not happy that it's not happening with the strength in the euro today, but I thought we were going to see 52.5. I thought we'd go to above 150, yeah. So yes, Luca. Let me adjust this triangle line. Maybe we should adjust it to here on Euro Aussie. So we haven't quite broken out if I adjust that channel line. Break out above 149. Tighten up your stops. To at least BE. Maybe even right under 48. Okay, Luca. You don't need me. Good money management. Nice money management. You're a pro. Luca's a pro. He doesn't need a coach. I need a coach. Anyone willing to coach me? Anyone willing to mentor me so that I could become a trader? You will be. Keep wishing, because you will be. Use max leverage before the NFP. Turn $100 into 10K. If you use max leverage on NFP day, you'll either be rich or your equity will go away. Use max leverage. Use max leverage on the NFP to turn $100 into 10K. Everyone doing all right? I know, Jax. I made that song. That song makes you cry. I know it makes you cry. How's everyone doing? Have you ever tried it, Midas? I said 10K. I said 10K, buddy. Everyone doing all right? Here comes the Aussie, Euro Aussie trying to come out of here for you, Luca. Yeah. I blew up 9 accounts 2 years ago. Just kidding. I just reversed your numbers. Okay. That, you know what, Addenda? That is the kindest reminder that I have ever received in my whole life as a trading professional. You are the kindest, gentlest woman at FX Street. Everyone thank Addenda for giving me not just a reminder, but a kind one. Thank you, Addenda. Good to be kind. Good to be kind. All right, so should I wrap it up now? Is Mauricio here? Rick loves Addenda. Remember, Rick, you're married. Okay, so when should I wrap it up? 10 minutes? Everyone loves her. Look at this. Look at all the love in the room. Here's a look from D. Kadick. This is a bearish Dow look. Looking for a retest of the February lows. He showed this last week. D. Kadick's been on a bit of a trading tear lately. Not quite there. 650, so maybe into the NFP, buddy. Everyone thank D. Kadick for this, I don't know what it's called. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete. Back down to 15.2. Thank you, D. Kadick. Everyone thank Khalid. He caught the first pullback off that high last week. Thank you, DK. That's a bearish cipher. Okay. So many names. Sinatra is now mastering harmonics now. Your trading ever do this? I think I'll buy the euro. I think I'll sell the pound. Buy the euro. Sell the pound. Okay, up to 2073 first. All right. And this is a cipher. Oh, so I'm having some internet issues. Anyway, I saw it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of it. Thank you, Sinatra. Thank you, guys. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up now. So the wrap up starting from right now begins with Euro USD. We talked about this divergence last week. I said if it broke to 1140, buy it. You're wrong under 110.40. We're now approaching the 38% retrace of the recent highs. I think we're going to go to halfway back at least. Pound starting to lose a little mo, as Sinatra pointed it out. I do believe either into the NFP or prior that we're going to get some type of shorting opportunity in US dollar yen. And I want to thank everyone individually for their contributions today. DK gave us some nice chart looks. Midas gave us some nice looks. FX Goldie's getting, back into his putting his war paint on, has a piece on in the yen. Sinatra gave us some great looks today. Dion, thank you, buddy. Mauricio, Forex Stop Hunter, Abel, Ricardo doing well on the long side of the guppy. Luca, some great looks. Refat, welcome to our community. Sloppy Jones, welcome to Lar. Marquez, Jack, B-Trader, welcome to our community. Pegasus, refreshed from his mystical trip to Sedona. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Fair winds. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. L'chaim. Adios.